She was far from her tribe, very far. Nalin opened her eyes to a blue sky above and dry yellow earth below. Dust filled her mouth. Pain burned through her stomach. When she tried to move, her body trembled. Then memory returned. Horses, gunfire, smoke. White soldiers had attacked at dawn. She had run. One child tied to her back, the youngest in her arms. Bullets tore through the air. Then something struck her stomach and she fell. As she fell, she threw her children away from her body, one toward a bush, the other behind a rock. If she died, maybe they would live. Now she forced her head to turn. Near a bush, a piece of red cloth fluttered in the wind. A weak cry followed. Relief flooded her eyes. One child was alive, but near the rock vultures circled. Her heart broke, but she made no sound. Slowly, dragging her wounded body, she began to crawl. The bleeding was not heavy, but deep. Each movement felt like fire. Still, she crawled. When she reached the bush, her baby boy was barely crying. His lips were dry. His body was weak from hunger. She gathered him to her chest and tried to nurse him, but nothing came. Her body had no strength left. The baby searched and searched, then began to cry, and then... horses. 3 riders appeared over the rise. They saw her. One man said coldly, "One of them survived." Another replied, "She's wounded, won't last long." The third rider, younger than the others, said nothing. The first man raised his rifle. "End it." But the younger man spoke, "Leave her, she's already dying." The older man frowned. "You're getting soft, Jack." Jack didn't answer. The other 2 rode off. Jack remained. He dismounted slowly and approached. Nalin looked at him with hatred, but beneath it, something else. A plea, not for herself, for her child. Jack saw the wound. It was deep. She would not survive the night. The baby's cries were weaker now. Jack looked around. There was no water nearby. He took out his canteen. Only a little remained. He removed a clean cloth from his saddlebag, poured a few drops of water onto it, and gently touched it to the baby's lips. The child sucked weakly. Again and again, Jack soaked the cloth and let the baby draw moisture from it. It was not milk, but it was life. Nalin watched. Her breathing was shallow now. Jack removed his jacket and placed it over her shoulders to shield her from the sun. He continued giving the baby drops of water. After a while, the crying stopped. The baby slept. Nalin's eyes were fading. She looked at Jack, then at her son. There was only one question in her gaze. Will he live? Jack swallowed hard. He nodded. "I'll take him." She did not understand the words, but she understood the promise. A faint smile touched her lips. Then her eyes closed. "Forever." Jack buried her beneath a small rise and marked the grave with stones. He wrapped the baby carefully and rode toward the nearest town. The child survived the journey only because Jack stopped often, giving him small drops of water and sugar dissolved from his saddle rations. In town, a woman who had recently given birth agreed to nurse the child after seeing his condition. For the first time since the attack, the baby drank real milk. Jack paid her with everything he had. Then he took the child home. He named the boy Nalin, in honor of his mother. 5 years later, a small boy ran across the farm fields. His skin carried his mother's color. His hair was black, but his eyes were blue like the sky above the plains. "Papa!" he shouted, laughing. Jack lifted him into his arms. That night, under a quiet moon, Jack told him the story. He told him about a brave woman who had thrown her children away from death. He told him about a mother who, even while dying, had tried to feed her child. And he told him something else. "Why did you save me?" the boy asked. Jack looked at him carefully. "Because sometimes," he said softly, "the blood we choose is stronger than the blood we are born with." The boy leaned against him. Far away, the wind moved across the mountains, the same mountains where a mother once gave everything she had.